We're getting closer to Election Day. It's a little more than a week away now. We've got plenty to chew on at this point, right? The federal leaders met for a couple of debates this week, one in French, one in English. And of course, these politicians are trying to woo us with their words. But they're also trying to send a message with their bodies. It's called body language, and my next guest knows all about it. He's Robyn Braley, a communications specialist, brand strategist, writer, and speaker, and he joins me now. Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew. It's great to be back on the show.
And it's great to have you. So first, what is body language?
Well, body language or nonverbal communication is a series of indicators that can dramatically influence how people feel about you and interpret what you say. Now, strong body language speaks to confidence, credibility, and trust. Shifty eyes, wild and crazy gestures can support or detract from what you're saying. You don't want to send mixed messages. You want clarity. Is the speaker saying what they mean and meaning what they say?
And do you have any examples?
There's no one thing that's definitive, but body language includes walking. Are they intentional? Are they purpose-driven? Or are they tentative? Posture, that communicates confidence. The stance, do they lean in or lean back? Do they move from one foot to the other? Head tilts or bobs, the tone of voice. When to be soft and firm or when to be louder and more intense. Gestures play a key role in body language. Choppy, floppy, pointy, or weaponized hand gestures definitely send different messages than subtle, supportive gestures. Now, I'd like to give an example of what I'm talking about with hand gestures. So you can try this at home, but don't try it if you're driving.
All right, I'm going now.
All right, extend your arms before you, bending slightly at the elbow. Now, your palms should be vertical. Now, if you move your hands up and down, you have a chopping symbol.
Yeah.
If you turn your palms slightly upward, you have an inviting, open, transparent feel to what you're saying and the hand gesture supporting what you're saying. So I'm going to talk about gestures quite a lot when we talk about the candidates.
So let's get into the English-speaking debate this week. What stood out to you there?
Well, the first thing was that Justin changed quite dramatically in his body language and the way he presented himself from the French debate to the English debate. I feel that Justin Trudeau is a master communicator. He's excellent public speaking or communicating through the media. During the French debate, we saw Justin with facial expressions, eyebrows, solid hand gestures. He physicalized his message using shoulders, face, wide eyes. Trudeau often looking at the speaker or making notes on long shots, which is obviously something that is really important that needs to be factored into looking at body language during a TV debate. During the English debate, he went back to the old Justin of previous elections, where he used a single hand repeatedly. Now, when you do that, you look as if you're off balance. It's asymmetrical. When you use two hands to underline what you're saying, that looks balanced, it looks open, it looks natural. When you use one hand, it looks like a chop or it looks like a hack. And Justin also used a hand movement which was a little strange in that he drew his fingers to his thumb, and when he would make a point with that, it looked like it was a claw or even a puppet. It became very distracting.
So the difference between Trudeau in the English debate and the French debate, do you think that was strategy on his part, or is that something that the candidates did to him?
No, I feel that he felt off of his game in the English debate. He reverted back to, some moves and body language and body language tools that I believe his coaches had really gotten him away from throughout the campaign to date, and certainly during the French language debate.
All right, so let's talk about some of the other candidates. What have you noticed from Conservative leader Erin O'Toole?
Erin O'Toole is Mr. Nice Guy. He's been that since the beginning of the campaign. Consistent, his messaging is reasonable, he seldom seems rattled. He has excellent facial expressions, uses his eyes, certainly looks serious when serious things are being discussed, but the smile is never very far away. He comes across as genuine and concerned. He does have a habit of holding his hands together in a universal sign of prayer. Now, that's okay in certain circumstances, but when he does it consistently, which he did during the French and the English debate, then it becomes distracting. But his strength is his facial expressions and his really sense of being honest, transparent, and authentic.
How about NDP leader Jagmeet Singh?
Well, Jagmeet Singh came into this election campaign as a known quantity. He's Mr. Relationships. He's great at storytelling. He's engaging. He shows that he cares. His body language is very measured. He doesn't use it all the time. Sometimes he speaks with hands on either side of the pulpit, which is a solid, strong look and feel that backs up what he's saying.
So as we stand now, about a week away from Election Day, who do you think is winning the battle of body language so far?
Erin O'Toole needs to keep doing what he's doing. It was interesting, Andrew, that during the media availability after the English debate, he was personal, he was open, he showed open respect for the media. There was a technical problem, and he laughed at it along with the media, knowing that these things happen. He needs to continue to be open and friendly and engaging, yet confident. I believe that Annemie Paul had a really good French debate as well as an English debate. She was a little more reserved and tentative during the French debate. One of the tells that she has is that she will say something and her facial expressions really back up what she's saying, and you can feel the emotion and the belief. When she's finished, then she'll have kind of a smug look on her face, like, see, I told you. She also overuses hand gestures, which can become distracting. She does quite a lot of flailing and chopping, and periodically extends her arms with palms turned up, which is the universal sign of surrender. But Annemie Paul had good debates, both the English and the French, and you could tell she was gaining confidence during the English debate.
And again, with about a week to go until Election Day, does anyone need to change it up?
Justin Trudeau needs to get back to the old Justin Trudeau that we knew in the early part of the campaign, where he's open, he's friendly, he is engaging, while really coming across and showing his emotion and his feelings with his body language, with its facial expressions, with the way he physicalizes what he's saying.
Robyn, thanks for sharing your expertise with us.
My pleasure.
Robyn Braley is a communications specialist, brand strategist, writer, and speaker.